Hi, I'm Jeff Murrah, and I want to welcome you to another episode of True Texas History live. What I'm talking about today, this summer, being that it's 2019, marks the 100th anniversary of the Red Scare summer. Now, most of you in school probably were never exposed to it. And I decided to go ahead and do this post because in my Facebook feed, I started getting all these memes from, these memes were from conservative groups freaking out about all the socialist-oriented people that have been appointed in government. When I read those things and I see people freaking out, I want to say, didn't you people study history? Didn't you learn these things? Well, what I'm finding out is that history wasn't taught. Now, part of the reason I react that way is because having researched some things, there were times when threats from the communists were much more apparent than what we see now. Like, for instance, the summer of 1919. During that summer, there were riots in various cities throughout the United States, and here in Texas, we had one in Longview. Now, the riots were largely seemed to be race-based, but there was a political component because during that summer, it was after the Great War, or World War I, came to an end, and there was a lot of fearfulness with the people. We were scared that what happened in Russia, what the Russian Revolution, could happen here in America. And there was a big purge of socialists and communists from government offices because they had been in some of those positions. And people were freaking out on some of the college campuses about it as well. But there were riots. That's how intense the feelings were. I mean, nowadays you see the stuff with Antifa and so forth. That's not without historic precedent. I know riots are one of those topics in Texas history that don't get mentioned much. I usually have to dig, whether it be the Red Summer of 1919 or the Logan Race Riots of 1917 or the Milliken Riots up there in Milliken, Texas. Texas has had its share of them, and usually those are items that are often swept under the carpet or under the rug, so to speak, because people don't like to talk about them because they bring up some unpleasant issues. And that's one of the things about history. If we don't learn the lessons from dealing with these issues, it makes it hard to move ahead. So hopefully you're not one of those that kind of freaked out about all this stuff, and perhaps you'll take this as an opportunity to read about the Red Scare riots of 1919, because this is the 100th anniversary. And I probably should have done a post on the day that it came out, because it was in July of 1919 up in Longview that happened. But these are things that when you know history, you don't freak out so much because you know what the pattern is and what's happened before. And that's another reason why history is important, because we can learn from it so that we can make better decisions in the future and also preserve our unique Texas history and heritage and culture. So until next time, this is Jeff Murrah. Vaya con Dios. Goodbye.